I don't want to mess up my pie. It's a tough choice, guys. Can you see that all right? There's a lot of pie. I hope you have a lot of friends. Hello everyone! For all of my fellow nerds out there, do you know what holiday is fast approaching? If not, it's Pi Day. 3.14, that is March 14th. And how can you celebrate Pi Day without a pie? So today I am bringing you a pie recipe, and I'm doing one that's super simple. If you're making it the way I'm making it today, you don't have to bake anything. It's peanut butter pie. So to start off, we're going to need a Oreo pie crust. Now today I'm using a pre-made one that I just bought at my grocery store. If you cannot find an Oreo pie crust or you want to go an extra mile, you can make your very own Oreo pie crust, which the directions will be in the recipe that I link below. Super easy. You crush up some Oreos, you mix it in with some melted butter, you pack it into your pie tin, and then you bake it. But I wanted to go the more time-efficient route, and I have a boughten crust. So what we need for our filling is just 4 simple ingredients: peanut butter, cream cheese, powdered sugar, and a tub of Cool Whip. Now, if you want to make your own whipped cream, you can definitely do that. I made whipped cream from scratch in my pumpkin whip recipe, which I will link down below. So you can go see the recipe for that and the tutorial. The recipe for the pumpkin whip will give you approximately the same amount of whipped topping that is in a 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip. First things first, we need 1 cup of peanut butter. Now, if you're normally a natural peanut butter kind of person, stay away from that. I know it's tempting, but you don't get the sweetness, and it's not as smooth as a little bit more processed peanut butter. So I'm a Jif gal, but whatever your creamy peanut butter of choice is, go with that. My 1 cup. And then 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. It doesn't necessarily matter if you use full fat or the 3rd fat kind. I guess however rich you want it to be. If you want it richer, use the full fat. But let's be honest, it's gonna be very rich and creamy either way. So make sure your cream cheese is nice and soft, especially if you're going to be mixing it by hand. Now, if you're mixing by hand, or if you're using a stand mixer or hand mixer, we just want to mix this together until it is smooth and completely combine. All right, so make sure you scrape down your sides. And then you'll have this nice little peanut butter and cream cheese ball. Next up, we need 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar, aka confectioner's sugar. Precision measuring. All right, now just be careful so that you don't get a plume of it in your face when you're mixing it in. That might be a little more of a problem if you're using a stand or a hand mixer. Those things don't always start off very slow. So take your time, get all of the powdered sugar mixed in. All right, once you have your powdered sugar mixed in, I think we need to do, you know, just a quality control check, because perks of being the baker, sensational. But don't stop, we're not done yet. Last but not least, we have to fold in our thawed Cool Whip. Be sure it's thawed, else it's going to not fold in. All right, and now the folding in is very important, because if you just mix it really fast, you're going to whip the air out of your whipped cream, and it's not gonna give us that light, fluffy texture. So just take your time, be gentle with it. I think I got it. Now, don't be mistaken when I said we need to fold it so that we don't get rid of the light and fluffy texture. This is still going to be pretty dense. Peanut butter and cream cheese are not light ingredients. Your goal is you don't want to see any big clumps of the peanut butter, cream cheese, and powdered sugar mixture. So it's going to be nice and smooth. So, one last quality check before we put in our pie crust. You guys are going to love this. Get out your pie crust, and if you made one from scratch, make sure you let it cool off first. We don't want it to still be hot and melt our filling. Look at that, more delicious recipes for us. All right, so take your wonderfully dark Oreo pie crust and just gently plop in all of your peanut butter filling. Don't leave any of that filling in the bowl unless you're gonna eat it separately. Then I support your decision. Because as you can see, there's a lot of filling, so I don't think your pie would miss any if you wanted to just eat some of the filling. All right, so we want to smooth our filling into our pie crust, and you can be as neat or as rustic as you want with the top of it. I like the rustic look. All right, so we need to let this cool in the fridge for at least an hour so it can set up and firm up so that we can actually cut it like a pie. All right, I'm going to make a little bit of ganache just to make a little bit of a decorative topping for our peanut butter pie. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to, so I thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride. So for my ganache, I'm gonna use 2 parts chocolate to 1 part cream. And this will just give me a little bit of a thicker ganache so that my design stays in place. Of course, if you want a thinner ganache, you can do 1 part cream to 1 part chocolate. I know you're supposed to use heavy cream, but I just have half and half, so we're going with what I have. And then we're going to slowly melt our chocolate and into the cream in the microwave. So I'm going to put it in 15 to 30 second increments and then give it a good stir in between. So see, just keep stirring and you'll get a nice, smooth, chocolatey ganache. I'm gonna let this cool a little bit and then we'll get our pie out of the fridge and decorate it. Since my ganache is a little thicker, I'm going to pipe it. Always cut the hole in the bag you're using for piping smaller than you think you need it to be. So for those of you who are not familiar with pi, that is the symbol for pi, 3.14. And your ganache will firm up as it cools. All right, everyone. It is time. I don't want to mess up my pie. Okay, let's be strategic and, you know, it's a tough choice, guys. I put it right in the middle. Cutting through the peanut butter part is not very difficult, so just make sure. You'll hear the crunching when you get down to the crust. This is one of the richest pies I've ever eaten, so I know I don't need a big piece, but once you taste this, don't let me tell you how to live your life. Whew. I barely made a dent, but that's some thick pie. Let's just give you all a close-up of that. Okay, can you see that? Can you see that all right? There's a lot of pie. I hope you have a lot of friends. Or, I mean, I would not blame you if you ate it all yourself. Ooh, you know, put this in the freezer. Sorry, I just have to get what's mine. And it would be like a frozen peanut butter pie. Have you ever had like the frozen key lime pie? That's what I'm thinking here. All right, here we go. It looks a little prettier in the pie pan, but let's dig in. Y'all, if you like peanut butter and chocolate, this is where it's at. What was that? How many ingredients? 5 ingredients if you just buy your own crust. 6 ingredients if you make your own crust. This is gonna knock your socks off. The filling is rich and smooth. You guys are gonna have to go make this and experience it for yourself. I'll leave the recipe down below in the description for you guys. I hope you get a chance to go make it. If you do, please leave a comment and let me know what you thought. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button and that bell so that you know when I drop the next video. And happy Pie Day, everyone!